Hearing that her father had both legs amputated, she naturally felt distressed deep in her heart. She knows her father's character very well. She must be strong and tenacious throughout her life. It is indeed a very heavy blow for people like him to use a wheelchair for the rest of life. It's like her mentor, Kazuki Yamamoto, who has studied martial arts all his life, but never thought that he was beaten as a waste because he underestimated Charlie's strength. The original martial arts master could only lie in bed and live his life. This kind of blow can be called fatal. Charlie couldn't help frowning at this moment. Takehiko's luck didn't know whether it was good or bad. To say that he was in bad luck, but he still got his life back. Otherwise, he has been separated from Nanako long ago. To say that he is lucky, in fact, he only needs to amputate a few hours later. As long as his leg is still on his body, his own rejuvenation pill can heal it. But if the limb has been amputated, the rejuvenation pill will be helpless. Although rejuvenating pill is strong, it does not have the effect of regenerating a broken limb. Moreover, Takehiko was injured just now tonight, and amputation a few hours later will not have much impact. After all, it takes time for damaged limb tissues to rot and spread infection. Doctors assist in certain anti-inflammatory treatments. A few hours window can still be won. If Takehiko Ito hesitated and thought about it a little bit, he might be able to drag him and Nanako over. However, what he didn't expect was that he would be so straightforward and had his limbs amputated directly. Charlie estimated that it was the hospital who felt that Ito's affected limb had no value for preservation, so they simply performed the amputation. This can only be said that Ito's luck is not so good. At this moment, Nanako next to Charlie cried and asked, "Auntie, father, is he in good condition? Is he particularly angry or depressed?" Emmy gently took Nanako's hand and smiled and said, "Your father looked very open this time. He personally told me that survival is already the greatest gift, even if he becomes a disabled person in the future. It's okay." As she said, Emmy sighed again. In fact, what your father fears most is not injury or disability, nor loss of life, but in the future journey of life, unable to accompany and walk with you. This time he could have died. Escaped, you don't know how happy he is. This is like a mountain of father's love. Nanako couldn't control her emotions anymore, and she hugged Emmy and cried loudly. Emmy patted her back gently, remembering something, and blurted out in surprise, "Nanako, why? How can you stand up? The doctor said that you will always depend on wheelchair in the future?" Nanako looked at Charlie and said to Emmy truthfully, "Auntie, thanks to Master Wade, he cured me." "Master Wade?" Emmy was shocked, and blurted out, "That's it. Is that Charlie Wade, who owed our Ito families $4.5 billion United States dollars? Nanako was a little embarrassed and said, "Auntie, don't worry about money too much. Master Wade not only healed my injury, but also saved my life." "Save your life?" Emmy blurted out, "Nanako, are you in any danger?" Nanako nodded and said, "Earlier tonight, Maki Takahashi sent 6 Tenglin ninjas to Kyoto to murder me. Thanks to Master Wade, I was spared." Emmy widened her eyes and blurted out, "I didn't expect Takahashi to be so vicious. Even he won't let you go." After that, she looked at Charlie and said seriously, "Mr. Charlie, I am not overly qualified for the grievances between you and my brother, but for the thing that you saved Nanako, I want to thank you on behalf of my brother and the entire Ito family." As soon as the voice fell, she immediately bowed to 90 degrees and held it for about 3 to 5 seconds. Charlie said indifferently, "You are polite. I and Nanako are friends, and these are what friends should do." At this time, a doctor ran over and said to Emmy, "The patient is awake and wants to see his family. Ms. Ito, please come with me." Emmy hurriedly said to Nanako, "Nanako, let's go see your father together." Nanako nodded heavily, and immediately asked Charlie, "Master, are you coming?" Charlie smiled slightly, thinking that since Takehiko has been amputated, he can't help much, so he said, "Nanako, I will not go there, lest Mr. Ito will be emotional and affect recovery after seeing me."